2/3 crew here. I am your host, the real Ant-Man. Tonight I have with me Ita.
What's up, everybody? You guys can hear me, right?
Yes, I can. So unfortunately, we do not have our co-host, or the most of the time the host of the Wednesday Night Watch with us this evening, Chris. He is unavailable. If he wants to tell you what's going on, that's fine. If not, it's between us. But he will be back next week, hopefully. And let's get to some breaking news. What you got, Pete?
What you got, Ant?
Well, I have your boy Dak Prescott. He has gotten paid.
Paid? Like this?
Paid.
Big time?
What is up, Shauna? How you doing this evening? Oh,
what
yeah,
is
big
up,
money,
Shauna?
dude.
My neighbor who doesn't even visit me when I'm sick, man. What the hell, man? Doesn't even check up on me.
Dude, you're on quarantine. Of course she ain't gonna visit you. The hell's wrong with you, Pete?
Hey, you listen. You can wear a mask, get double basket if you want, wear some gloves. It's okay.
You can, like, visit through your window.
Yeah, no, knock on the window.
Denise. Yeah, exactly.
What's up,
Come to my window.
Hey, there's Chris, man. There's our third guy.
What is up, Christopher? How are you doing this evening? All right. So, breaking news: Dak Prescott paid. Worth it or not worth it, Pete?
How much he got?
He got, well, it was like 140 something mil over 4 years, but he does have the highest signing bonus in NFL history, $66 million signing bonus.
Dude, that's a lot of money for a guy who got his leg broken.
That is a lot.
Just saying though, that leg got shattered, man, and he's not getting paid.
We'll see. I believe at least I could say this: at least Jerry Jones shat or got off the pot, because this has been a lingering. Damn, 75 mil for the first year. Isn't 75 mil the salary cap for this next year? But yeah, so dude, just plain bonkers, really. Just plain straight up bonkers. But yeah, again, like I said, at least he crapped or got off the pot. Any thoughts, Pete? What was that? I cannot hear you, sir. $182 million salary cap. Okay, so he's making up a little bit less than half of it. We'll see how it goes. I cannot hear you, Peter. I can see you. I can see your mouth. Your mouth is doing this, but nothing's coming out. So, Chris, in the comments, do you have any breaking news today? I don't have anything else for breaking news. We can get into the first topic if Pete could ever get his stuff going here. Chris, or sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say, Pete, back out. Okay, so I think I'm alone now. We are going to go to the first topic, which is gaming subscriptions. So they haven't announced anything yet for any of the gaming subscriptions, except for the Epic Game Store. Surviving Mars will be available tomorrow. There's supposedly, we'll get to this later. There is a little thing that happened in the video game world. It's a slide. We'll get there. Be patient. But we'll talk about something else. How's it going, Scriven? How's it going, Tabitha? How's it going, Joshua? Welcome to the Wednesday's Night Watch. Looks like I'm soloing it tonight. so far. Hopefully Pete makes it back. But let's talk about March 10th, which is also known in the video game industry as Mario Day. So, what can I say? The iconic plumber that put Nintendo on the map. Wow. So there's not much to really say about it. I mean, he is the video game icon. He was at one point more popular with kids than Mickey Mouse in the 90s. So, yeah, he really drove Nintendo to another level, I guess you could say, because after E.T. almost killed the video game industry with on the Atari, Nintendo on the NES came back with a little thing called Super Mario Brothers. Oh, Pete's back. Okay, let's see. He might want to talk about a little bit Mario 10 Day here. What's up, Pete?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, Pete.
Oh my God! Thank God you can hear me now. All right, so what did I miss besides the Dax Press talk getting paid?
That's what we stopped at. We're talking about Mario now. We're talking about
That's all we have for breaking news. We have no other breaking news.
That's all we had. March 10th.
That's it? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Hey, guess what? Hey, say hi to Scriven. Say hi to Tabitha. Say hi to Josh. Say hi to Chris. Say hi to Shauna. To your dad. To your stepmom. Who else have we got over there?
That's
Did we name everybody?
So I got a question for you and everybody in the comment section.
Tell me your question.
What is your favorite Mario game? What is your favorite Mario game?
My favorite Mario game of all damn time?
Sure. See, I have to answer the question a little different, but you go ahead and answer it first.
Favorite Mario game of all damn time, Super Mario 3.
Okay. All right. I'm okay with that. Now,
in a close second, Super Mario World.
So, obviously, you like the 2D Marios better. So I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I'm gonna say Super Mario World is definitely the best 2D Mario game. Josh, are you talking about Mario 2? That's Doki Doki Panic?
That's what he's talking about. Which is not even a real Mario game.
Mario's always better than Mickey. In fact, Disney hates Mickey so much they never even gave him a ride until last year. So,
he's got a point, guys. He's got a point.
I mean, like, come on now.
Yeah, how come we have no new Mickey cartoons, huh? Huh?
Actually, there is a new Mickey cartoon, Pete, on Disney Plus.
You son of a bitch! You have to go throw that on my.
So actually, look, I got my little over here. I got my D23, my little Easter egg 23 right there. But actually, I'm just too lazy to change the calendar. But
you're definitely right. You are lazy. Straight up lazy.
Let's go. So my favorite Mario game, my favorite 2D Mario game, is Mario World. My favorite 3D Mario game is definitely Odyssey. Odyssey was fantastic.
Hold up. So you're telling me, you're choosing 2D and 3D?
Of course. You can't. They're like two different franchises.
Okay, you didn't tell me that. You said my favorite Mario game.
Yeah, I did. But that's when you're supposed to say, well, there's 2D and there's 3D, so I got to give you each.
You want to hear a surprising one? You want to hear a surprising 3D, my favorite 3D Mario game?
Mario 64, because you're old.
No, because I never even played Mario 64. I played some of it.
Are you going to say Paper Mario?
Actually, that
doesn't count either. That's a different.
No, but that's a completely different Mario game. That's not really the RPG Mario game.
Oh, Mario Tennis is pretty good, Josh.
Super Mario 3D World.
Mario 3D World is pretty fun. That is like that is the perfect hybrid of 2D and 3D.
Great game. Great game.
They are good. So what's your favorite spin-off Mario game?
Like, what do you take, a Mario Kart?
Mario Party, Mario Kart, Paper Mario.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And anything that's not mainline Mario.
You know what? Probably Mario's Super Mario Mario Kart 8.
That's a good
probably
one.
But you know what? Paper Mario and the 1,000 year door, very close second, because that's a fucking great game.
You like that one better than the N64 one?
That's very, I don't know, man. They're both great though.
Dude, the N64 level where you're the penguins, best level in a Paper Mario game.
The mystery one, yeah, that's pretty great.
Definitely. I would say my favorite spin-off Mario might have to be the Square Enix classic, the Super Mario RPG. Or, hey, here's one that you might forget: Mario versus Rabbids. That was a good one too. So you do have some good ones. Mario Kart's, of course, a classic. Mario Party, I can never really get into. Not a huge fan of Mario
Party. Different Mario game.
Smash at this point is a Fire Emblem game, but zing. But yeah, I don't know. Is there any, there's always tennis, golf, baseball, soccer.
Can you think of any franchise character that's had so many games and spin-offs?
No, there's not.
Or just a character in general that has so many spin-offs of the same character.
There's Mario
I'm not talking about because think of it a bit. You had Super Mario Kart, Mario Golf, Mario Tennis, Mario Party, Mario RPG. What else like Mario stuff? Mario Paint.
Rabbids, that's completely different.
Mario Paint.
Yeah, Mario Paint.
I mean, hell, man, even Luigi's Mansion could be a spin-off of Mario.
How about Dance Dance Revolution Mario?
No, is there really a Dance Dance Revolution Mario?
Yeah,
really?
Totally. Yes.
What? I mean, think about it.
Give me 1 second. I think I have it in here.
All right, let's look. Let's look. And if you guys got any questions, please answer over there in the comment section below. Go over there and say something. Whatever you guys want to talk about. You know what? We have open forum. Well, somewhat open forum.
So I do not have it in the room. I promise you guys, I will have it. Yes, Henry Rollins, sir. But I will have it in the. I'll show you guys it next week. I can't think of any other crazy Mario spin-offs though. We said the pinball game.
Speaking of Mario too, there is a certain theme park that's going to open in Japan very shortly. I think in March 8th.
2025 in America though.
2025 in America?
Yep.
What? We gotta wait what? We gotta wait 4 more years?
That's correct.
That's a long time, man.
It is. Anyways, happy Mario Day to everybody. I'm anticipating. I really want to talk about the next topic.
You don't want to talk more about Mario, Ant?
No, I know. I'm done with
Mario. You are Mario.
This is
your day too, Ant.
I get it, but this is my Gatorade Get Hype moment of the day. Let's talk about it.
Are you talking about a trailer?
Let's talk about it.
That trailer? You talking about that?
This is a react.
Oh my goodness!
This is a react right here, guys. We need to watch this trailer. We need to react. This might be the greatest thing I've seen all day. All right, let's see. How do I this is where Chris comes in handy because I don't really know how to do this stuff. But let's see if I can do this. Can you guys see that? Nope. Hold on. I'm working on it.
I thought you're a computer expert.
Well, I don't run the show normally. That's Chris usually kicks butt and does it for us.
I want no excuses. Come on, Ant.
Hey, Chris is the man at this stuff.
You can figure this out. You're a smart guy. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. And
all right.
No volume though. No volume.
There should have been volume. I heard it the whole time.
Did you? I didn't hear it.
But
I didn't hear it.
So, Josh said, "Okay, that's pretty awesome."
It is.
Yep, which it is. So, boom, there it is, guys. Gatorade Get Hype moment of the day. So I'm patrolling Twitter early in the day, and I see this, and I'm like, "Oh, please don't disappoint me. Don't fail me now." I've seen countless come and countless go. There is no, what's the word I'm looking for, Pete? There is no replacement for the original arcade games. There's no duplicate, yes, of the original arcade games. And I apologize. You can go check out the trailer on Twitter or YouTube. It's available.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that's not the same without the music. It's literally the classic music from Ninja Turtles, the cartoon.
So anyways, this is from the team behind Scott Pilgrim vs. the World and Streets of Rage 4. Both excellent side-scroll beat-em-up games, and I cannot be happier. I cannot wait for this game. It is in the vein of the arcade game. It's in the vein of the Super Nintendo game. It is exactly what we need in the world of Ninja Turtles, and I am so excited for this game. This is a day one purchase for me.
You know what, Ant? Everything you said, I agree, and then some. This is amazing. This brought a tear to my eye. I mean, it definitely is. Whatever. If they want to say, "Oh, this is nostalgia," I don't give a shit. Give it to me. That's all I want, man. That's all I'm asking for.
Feed it to the man.
What's that?
Feed him the nostalgia on a silver platter.
Just give it to me. Just let me have it. Let me eat it up, man. Let me eat it all up. But because this is what I want. This is a game I want. This is what I've been looking for the past. Like you said, we haven't had a good Ninja Turtle game for like forever. We never, it's been a long time since we've got a really good Ninja Turtle game. So if this is exactly plays like the original arcade game, I'm all for it. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm
saying? Everything you said, man. I'm all over it. It needs to be online, needs to have cross-platform play, needs to be available on everything under the sun, needs to be on Nintendo, Xbox, Sony, mobile devices, PC, Steam, Epic Game Store. This thing needs to be available everywhere. Everybody needs to buy it and enjoy it.
Oh, man, I'll pay $60. I'll pay $60 for this game.
I wouldn't pay $60.
I know it's not worth $60. I'll pay $60.
Calm down, Pete. We'll do 20. We'll do 20. Calm down.
Probably be 30. Here. Probably 30.
We'll do 20, Pete. Calm down here.
What do you mean?
All right. So Ninja Turtles, new game. What is it? Revenge of Shredder? Is that what it's called?
Shredder's Revenge.
Shredder's Revenge. There you go. All right. On to the next topic. We have some big news at Disney. Got a couple different things. So we'll start with I think the biggest news is Disneyland is reopening in April in some sort of limited capacity over in California. So that's very good for the employees there, the cast members there. They could finally get back to work, start making some money. Get the California economy rolling.
Yes.
So that's the first big news. The second is in 16 months, Disney Plus subscribers has now peaked over 1 million users. 100 million users. But that's pretty incredible considering they really only have like 3 seasons and a couple of like straight to DVD movies.
They don't really have so much original content and like so.
Well, honestly, man, that just shows you the power of Disney's backlog and their nostalgia they have going for them. I think
it also helps the fact that it's only like $7-8, a month right now. So,
and when you also look at like how they used to do the vault stuff, the fact that you can just sign up and you have access to like almost every Disney movie, like that's crazy.
Yeah, but I do think though once they get more original content and they start like so Mandalorian's already there kind of. I would say it's close to their Game of Thrones already. Yeah. It's getting to that point where I feel like it's becoming so big that
it's already shot off spinoffs. Like you can't yes, there's stuff in development for Game of Thrones, but like, dude, this did it after 2 seasons.
Yeah, exactly. So already it's getting so much hype because of last season 2. So the expectations for next season is going to be through the roof. We'll talk more about WandaVision. I mean, I think it's a good show, but there's definitely things we're going to definitely criticize.
It's on the slide. This week we got the second 2 episodes of Legends for this season. It's going to be Sharon Carter and Baron Zemo. We're getting their Legends little shorts, and then we're also getting the making of WandaVision this week. So that'll be fun. We'll get to watch that stuff on Friday, and then next Friday is the big one. We'll get Falcon and Winter Soldier. So
and then you're gonna have Loki later on, and then they have so much content coming up.
Mighty
in the
Ducks
next
show too is on the 26th.
Yeah,
so that's right around the corner as well.
I feel like the 100 million subscribers is just the tip of the iceberg for them, because in the next couple of years or so, they're gonna probably hit 200, 300, 400 maybe.
They said they want to have. They said when the Disney machine starts churning, they want to have 100 pieces of original content a year. So
that's insane. But think about it. By the time, but
I mean, you got to think though, Pete. That's also across National Geographic, Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars. I mean, they definitely have the studios and the content.
With all the money that Disney has lost last year, they're going to probably gain it back in the next couple of years. They're going to gain everything they lost probably back in the next couple of years. With what they're going to do with Disney Plus, I feel like. Because with all the subscribers, they're not really, the only thing they're paying for is some of the TV shows, but they don't have no middleman when it comes to their licensing and everything like that. They're not they own everything. So they have to pay any licensing fees or anything like that. So everything they make off these shows, they're going to make it tenfold. So by the subscribers they're going to get in the next couple of years, they're going to make up every single money they lost. And like I said, though, I think Disney is really going to be in a good spot in the next 2 or 3 years, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, they're already on their way, I feel. I mean, that, again, we'll talk about WandaVision. And so I heard news. I don't know if it's true or not about it. We'll talk about it. I think I know what you're talking about. It kind of goes in hand what we kind of said already about it.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I've heard the writer or whoever.
Yeah, so you probably know exactly. Yeah, which is funny because I didn't know before we talked about it that was the case, and it kind of almost exactly was what we were talking about. So again, we'll get to it in a little bit. Any more? Oh yeah, Black Widow is still on pace for May 7th. So they reiterated
it is going to come in theaters May 7th. Yep. There's no so which to me
that'll be my first movie back probably.
Yeah, I think it's one of those movies where everybody's going to go watch it, in the theaters. And I feel like...
As they should.
As they should. I 100% agree. I mean, I'm excited for it. I've been wanting to see Black Widow since last year and all that, so...
Yeah, that's crazy to think that we were supposed to see that a year ago.
Last year, man, we were waiting for last year to see it. Now we have to,
Yep.
It's going to be at least, it's going to be it's going to be a year since it was supposed to come out. So it's kind of we've been dying to see this, to be quite honest. It's funny to say that because, it's not really, a lot of people don't think of it as a really big character in Marvel, but I'm really excited to see Black Widow and Taskmaster and everything else about it. So
I agree. I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be cool. It's going to be a passing of the torch to Florence Pugh's character.
Think so too. Yep. Big
because as you know, spoiler alert, 2 years ago, Black Widow died in Endgame.
What?
So spoiler alert, she's dead. This takes place prior.
That is so not cool, man. How can you spoil that for me, man?
So they'll have Florence Pugh playing Black Widow moving forward in the MCU. So that we'll still have the character. She's a good actress. I've seen her in Fighting with My Family. She did a great job in that. So I imagine she'll take the role and do pretty well with that. So that's all the Disney news I have. We're going to talk about another award show that happened, and it was the Critic Choice Awards. So I have them up on my screen over here. They actually mirror the Golden Globes pretty much. I think almost all of them are similar, the awards. So Best Picture was Nomadland. Best Actor, Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Best Actress was Carey Mulligan for Promising Young Woman. Best Supporting Actor was Daniel. Oh my gosh, how do you say his last name? From Judas and the Black Messiah.
Oh, I don't know.
Kaluuya? Is that
I'm not
how
gonna
you
kill.
say it?
I'm not gonna kill.
Yeah,
his
I don't
last
know.
name.
But from Judas and the Black Messiah, you got Maria Bakalova from Borat. Alan Kim from Minari was the Best Young Actor. Best Acting Ensemble, The Trial of the Chicago 7. Best Director was Chloe Zhao from Nomadland. Best Original Screenplay, Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman. Best Adapted Screenplay, Chloe Zhao from Nomadland. Best Cinematography, Joshua James Richards from Nomadland. Best Production Design, Donald Graham Burt from Mank. Best Editing was a tie. It was The Trial of Chicago 7 and Sound of Metal. Best Costume Design, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Best Hair and Makeup, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Best Visual Effects was Tenet, of course. He always that they should just call it the Christopher Nolan Award. Best Comedy was Palm Springs. Best Foreign Language Film was Minari. Best Song, Speak Now from One Night in Miami. Best Score, Trent Reznor and the Atticus Ross from Soul. And for television, best drama series was The Crown. Best Actor was Josh O'Connor from The Crown. Best Actress was Emma Corrin from The Crown. Best Supporting Actor in a Drama Series, Michael K. Williams from Lovecraft Country. Best Supporting Actress in a Drama Series was Gillian Anderson from The Crown. So The Crown almost had a clean sweep there. Best Comedy Series was Ted Lasso. And then Best Actor was Eugene Levy for Schitt's Creek. Best Actress, Catherine O'Hare, Schitt's Creek. Best Supporting Actor was Daniel Levy from Schitt's Creek. Best Supporting Actress was Hannah Waddingham from Ted Lasso. Best Limited Series was The Queen's Gambit. Best Movie Made for Television was Hamilton. Best Actor in a Limited Series was John Boyega for Small Axe. Best Actress in a Limited Series was Anya Taylor-Joy for The Queen's Gambit. Best Supporting Actor was Donald Sutherland for The Undoing. Best Actress for a limited role for television was Uzo Aduba from Mrs. America. Best Talk Show was Late Night with Seth Meyers. Best Comedy Central was a tie, Jerry Seinfeld, 23 Hours to Kill, and Michelle Batu. Best Short Form Series was Better Call Saul, Ethics Training with Kim Wexler. And that was it for the awards. But yeah, a lot of the awards were the same as the Golden Globes, I noticed. I can't hear you again, Pete. Come on, man. You're killing me, man. PD. Nope. Bounce out and bounce back in. But yeah, so I watched Nomadland over the weekend. I don't know if Pete can hear me, but it was very well directed. So very deserving of the awards. One of the cool things about the director is she got actual people to play the role that are nomads and live this life. So it was they weren't actors. So they like were literally people that do this for a living. They for their livelihood. They live out of vans and go from campsite to campsite. So it felt very, very real because it was very real. But it was very well acted as well by Frances McDormand. I thought the movie was fantastic. I haven't really. I mean, we'll wait and see what the other nominations are for the best Oscar. This was definitely an Oscar film. It felt like it. It was very well done. Very deserving of all the awards it's been getting. I've watched a lot of Schitt's Creek. That seems like it's worthy of awards as well. So, I could see that one. Why that one won so many awards as well. And Petey's back. In 3, 2, 1. There he is.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Thank you. But anyway, what I was trying to say is, so do you think that this is kind of what the Oscars are going to look like as well? A lot of
I think the Oscars will look close to this. Obviously, I think the winners might be a little different. I mean, I didn't go through everybody that was nominated, but I think it's here's the nominations for Best Picture. We'll just do that one. It's The Five Bloods, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Minari, News of the World, Nomadland, One Night in Miami, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7. So that I think that sounds like it's pretty much what's going to be the Oscar nominations.
So let me ask you something, Ant. Have you seen any of this nominated movies or or
just
roles?
Just Nomadland, and while I was waiting for you to come back, I was talking a little bit about it. So okay. There's no reason for me to talk about it again. But yeah, out of that list that I just read you, which is crazy, I haven't watched Mank yet, considering how big of a David Fincher fan I am.
I know, right?
Yeah, so that's definitely on my list. But yeah, I need to go through and watch some of those movies for sure.
Yeah, I think so too. And all that. I just feel like we're talking about, I think, in the Golden Globes. For me, there's no real huge interest in some of these movies right now. Maybe it's because they're not in the theaters. Maybe there's no like real hype about it.
Well, a lot of we worked in the theater industry. We know a lot of the Oscar hype brings a lot of people to the movies.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you this though, is the Oscar hype will bring me to streaming services. So if there's a streaming service I didn't have that had a movie on it, I might subscribe for the month to watch it. So it's kind of a balancing act. I mean, looking at this, it looks like was that 5 of those movies, 5 of the 10 movies are Netflix movies. Is that right? Did I do my math right? That's crazy. It looks like there's 2 Amazon movies and a Hulu movie.
I'll be honest though, I'm not really fond of seeing streaming sites be the only place where you can watch movies or like Academy Award nominated movies. Or I feel like for me, and I've said this before, the only place you're gonna, if you really want that real movie experience, you got to watch in the theater. That's kind of my personal opinion about that. And
but I'm gonna disagree on some movies because some dramas, dude, I can't watch in a theater.
No, and that's very understandable. But in that sense, though, are they really like they're small budget movies or large budget movies? You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay. Here's a good example. We watched all the movies last year. We really enjoyed Marriage Story. Could you watch that in a theater?
No.
Exactly. But it was an Oscar-worthy movie, and it was enjoyable.
But that's the thing, though. Like, I don't want to feel like, I think you said it before. You feel like Marriage Story, No Man Land is a lot like Marriage Story.
Yeah,
very small scale movie. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mind small scale movies, but sometimes I don't mind. I want to see big scale movies that have like Saving Private Ryan. That's something where it's a huge scale war movie. That it's that it takes a huge budget to make, right?
Yeah. So hold on. I just want to put what Shauna said. So Shauna, my question to you then would be, what comedy series do you think is better than Schitt's Creek? I'm not trying to put you on the spot or anything, but I've for comedy series, it's tough. Like there's not too many good comedy series out there anymore. Now drama series, I could give you a lot of good drama series, but yeah, comedy series, there's not too many.
They're not really a big thing anymore. They're not really something where I feel like
I'll let you guys know what was nominated.
Yeah.
So Better Things, The Flight Attendant, Mom, Pen 15, Rami, Schitt's Creek, Ted Lasso, and What We Do in the Shadows. What We Do in the Shadows is funny. I really like that show. But Schitt's Creek actually didn't win as a show. Ted Lasso won, and I don't know. The actors are basically all that won from Schitt's Creek, and they do a really good job in there. I love Eugene Levy. Eugene Levy's hilarious to me.
He is pretty
that guy's
guy.
Great, and Catherine O'Hara is really good in that show.
Yeah,
too,
she is. If you don't know her, she was the mom from Home Alone. So
yeah.
So
I'll be honest. The only other show I've watched on there is What We Do in the Shadows. So, but I would watch Ted Lasso. Jason Sudeikis is hilarious.
So Shauna says I would have to think about it, but not worth an award. You know, it's home theater. No, I agree with Josh. I think home theater when it comes to 60-inch screen TV, you have surround sound, you have all that stuff. Granted, that is a great way to watch a movie, and I'm not denying that. It's in the comfort of your own home as well. But I don't know what I tell you what, man, and Ant can agree with me this. When we watched Empire Strikes Back in the theater, it was practically empty. And I don't know what it was about watching it in the theater, but it was a great feeling. It definitely, wouldn't you agree?
It was a cool experience. Let's put it that way. Like, I've watched that movie a million times.
Yes.
And I was still hyped to watch it in the theater.
Exactly. Because it has that whole big feel. Like, it has that whole, like, going, I mean, for me, going out in public, having a group of people, like, like leaders, like maybe hundreds of people go and watch something and have the same reaction to what you're watching. It's a cool experience.
150-inch screen. Josh goes big or goes home, or he goes big at home.
I mean, I think everybody's opinion of the movie theaters is different though sometimes, because I do agree. So sometimes going and watching a movie in the theater, you have those people who doesn't know when to shut up. Talks who.
Oh, you mean like Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Oh yeah, who was those people in front of us, right?
No, people behind us.
Oh yeah, they don't know when to shut up, and it's so annoying. And I've had experience like that when you just start getting pissed. You're like, look, I want to watch a damn movie, man. I don't, whatever the hell you guys want to talk about, go somewhere else.
Did you guys just purchase projectors? You never had projectors when I came over.
Yeah, for real, dude. They must have purchased it.
Dang. Thank you, Joe Biden, and a stimulus check.
Oh man. But no, I think there's certain things I kind of agree. If you want to, there's certain movies that you can just watch at home, but certain movies I feel you need to go in the theater and watch it. Like, come on, Endgame. I mean, would you want to watch it at home or you want to watch it in the theater?
Both.
Yeah, but I mean, what like the first time watching it, or Infinity Wars, you want to watch in the theater, right?
Yeah.
Dude, it is a really cool experience. Dude, I remember when I can't remember, I think it's you, me, somebody else. We want to watch Dark Knight in the midnight showing in the theater. How cool of a freaking experience that was. The reaction to the crowd was amazing.
I gotta say that movies where you got and I don't want to say crowd interaction, but when you got people clapping, when you have like I feel like even though like sometimes it's hard to hear when they're clapping or like getting excited or something or like cheering, like I feel like that still like adds to the experience. Now I gotta say, at the end of Logan, no one said a single word as we walked out of the theater.
That was so freaking depressing, man.
Everybody like walked out of the theater like they just got punched in the gut.
Yeah, so... it felt like a punch in the gut. That was dude. That and Xavier getting killed too. That was like terrible. That was the two things you were like, okay, thanks. 15 years.
We were kidding, Shauna. We know you guys work hard for the money.
No, you guys work hard. We all work hard for the money.
Yeah. Previewing them was nice. When we worked there, doing a little preview.
We did preview Lord of the Rings the first time.
That's
remember?
True.
That was pretty awesome.
We were there. I think that was the night I got pulled over after dropping Josh off.
Oh, was that what's the name? Nick at Night?
Yep.
What a dick.
Exactly. But
Green Mile. Okay.
But
it's just like, to me though, like I said though, I feel like the movie. I want to go back into watching movies again. Come on, Infinity Wars, when the snap happened, dude. That reaction of that crowd was pretty. I see this girl's like, no, not Spider-Man, not him. Dude,
yep,
like
and then watching everybody cry when Tony ate it in Endgame.
Oh, dude, yeah, people were crying, dude.
Yep,
people were crying.
There's a little tear to my eye. Not gonna lie.
No, I was too, man. It definitely was it was emotional.
It was.
Especially when you like got a character that you watched, I don't know how many movies you were really committed to, like almost 10 years of your life. And
23 movies, Pete. 23.
10 years, man. It was a little more than 10 years, 11 years.
Yeah.
So Josh was okay.
That's because you're heartless, Josh.
Let me ask you something. Since we were talking about
how was Raya, Shauna? Was it worth going to watch? Go ahead, ask me, Pete.
Was that no? I was gonna say though, what was the most emotional moment for in like watching a movie, like for you when going to the theater and watching a movie? What's the one tearjerker or something that you really felt like a punch in the gut?
Morgan and Happy scene. Yep, I would agree with that. Dude, honestly, man, what was it called? What was that movie, dude?
The House of Santa Fog?
No. What? Why would I get emotional for House of Sand and Fog?
That was pretty depressing ending, though.
Yeah. No, I would say, God, the Pixar movie, dude. Inside Out.
Oh my goodness. Are you talking
Inside Out?
Are you talking about the imaginary friend?
Was bad too. I was like, I'm not crying. You're crying at the beginning of Up.
Dude, you talk about the imaginary friend?
That and just like there's a lot of it, man. Just a very emotional movie.
Great movie, dude.
Honestly, both of those movies are great. Up and Inside Out.
Toy Story 3 is pretty emotional too in the end.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I almost shed a tear at Toy Story 3 as well.
You're like literally like, are you
what's going on, Casey?
Hey, what's up, Casey? We're talking about movies. Dude, Toy Story 3, man, like the end, you literally, are they really going to kill off these characters? They're really going to kill them off? I mean, that was pretty hard, man.
But Josh, come on, man. It was definitely worth watching that one time.
Lion King, Mufasa.
Lion King.
Yeah, that was very
Mufasa's pretty sad. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Oh, Big Hero 6, yeah, another one. That's good.
You know what gets me? You know what's funny though. You know what's kind of emotional now too, man. Because now rewatching it again, Aladdin, where like the genie says you're always going to be a friend of mine. You know what I'm saying, when he gives him the hug in the end. Now thinking about Robin Williams, it definitely gives you kind of a tear-jerking kind of feel to it.
I would agree. Pixar definitely likes to hit you where it hurts. That is a great comment. They like to hit that little soft spot and make you shed a little tear.
Well, I definitely think that.
Disney is evil. Are we talking about because they make you sad, or is this further along for something else? Goodwill Hunting. Come on,
that was very emotional stuff.
How do you like them apples, Josh?
And Josh, are you talking about the scene where he's like keeps on saying it's okay? It's not your fault. Is that the scene you're talking about? Where Robin Williams kept on saying it's not your fault. Because that to me, that was the emotional part.
Family killers.
Family killers. I'm not sure about that.
But all right, let's move on to our next topic. Happy Bethesda Day. Do you know what that means?
Oh my God! Here we go.
Yesterday,
what are you
March 9th.
What are you going to say?
Will be forever known as Bethesda Day. Microsoft has their deal to purchase ZeniMax Media, and Bethesda has officially went through. Microsoft is now the owners of everything and anything Bethesda. Elder Scrolls, Microsoft. Doom, Microsoft. Wolfenstein, Microsoft. Fallout, Microsoft. So you get the point. I don't need to keep telling you all the franchises they now own. What this means is, and why earlier in the show I could not tell you what's new to streaming services, is because the rumor is tomorrow they will have an event and they will spill the beans on what's coming to their Game Pass tomorrow. So that's we'll be on the lookout for that. I'm excited if it actually happens. No one's ever confirmed it, so it's just an industry rumor. Is this good? So Mr. Josh is asking if this is good. I would say yes, and the reason why I say yes, this is good, because Nintendo has a lot of IP in a lot of games. Sony has a lot of IP in a lot of games. Now Microsoft has a lot of IP in a lot of games. So if you subscribe to Game Pass and you are an Xbox user, this is absolutely the best news ever, especially if you like Skyrim, if you like Fallout, if you like these games, they will now be day one on your Game Pass.
Let me ask you, okay, let me cut you off, Anna, because the reason you think this is good is because you don't have to, you're going to have all these games to play on Game Pass, and that's all you care about.
It's not all I care about,
but that's what you want. But that's what you want.
Of course that's what I want. Because okay, I have a question for you, Pete. Do you subscribe to Netflix?
Yes.
If Netflix bought a back catalog, wouldn't that make you happy?
Depends. I want to see they actually do a good job with the back catalog. I want to see them do some, if they get some more IPs, I want to make sure they do them justice. I don't want to just see them they trash that, their IPs. But let's be honest, Ant. You love everything to be just in one thing. If let's say, for instance, Disney owned everything, you'd be happy with it.
Absolutely. Because then I only have to subscribe to one service.
Exactly. You only subscribe to one thing if they own everything. Regardless of what Disney
answer your question, yes, you have their back catalog of games. You might have all their back catalog. You might have all the Wolfensteins, all the Dooms, all the Elder Scrolls, all the Fallouts. But what this means is, in the future, when they release Elder Scrolls 6, which is currently in development, you will be able to have this included in your Game Pass subscription on day one. You will not have to purchase anything extra. It will be there for you to download. Actually, you'll be able to download it early, and you'll be able to play it as soon as they launch it.
I got something to Josh over here. Hey, remember when Anthony used to sell you Nintendo? Now he's selling you Microsoft. I
don't have to sell you Microsoft.
Yes,
Microsoft sells itself, my friend.
You work for Microsoft, don't you? Yeah, you do. You used to work for Nintendo back in the day. Now you work for Microsoft. Where's your green shirt at?
I don't work for anybody.
Oh.
Well, I'll wear my Team Xbox shirt next week for you, Pete.
No, this guy, you miss your calling now. You should have been the one selling consoles, because you're a great salesman when it comes to console selling, because you sell people.
So Josh is asking me, not worried about a drop in quality. So here's why I'm going to say no. And my reasoning is because they are leaving Bethesda as their own separate operating entity. They are not touching any of the management there. They are not touching any of the studios there. They are, right now, they're not. So that they're going to keep them operating as is. And I don't think that makes me worry. In fact, the fact that they don't have the pressure to put out a game to make, let's say, sell 100 million copies, I think that will only increase the quality of output that we get, because they can delay games without a problem now.
We got the same type of stuff, though. They did this before when it came to Rare. They bought Rare. They were saying that they're going to have all these cool games.
I get you, Pete, but you're literally talking about Microsoft purchasing Rare at the same time they were getting in the video game industry.
It wasn't the same time, man.
Yes, it was. They bought
it for a few years, I thought.
I will tell you right now when the purchase happened. I'm looking it up.
I want to say it happened 2004, didn't it? 2003, 2004. They at least had 4 years I want to say. I could be wrong.
In 2002, Microsoft acquired Rare.
Okay. All right.
So that was a year after they got into the video game industry.
All right.
So and here is a good Microsoft's return on investment, Josh, is subscribers to their Game Pass. That to me is 100% the reason they made this move, because now they put that whole entire back catalog on Game Pass. So I get that you own these games, but there are a lot of people that might be purchasing Xboxes for the first time, or that might be getting into video games for the first time that never played these games. And you got to remember, they also have this thing called xCloud, which is cloud gaming. All this will now be available on xCloud, which you can play from your PC, from your mobile phone. So hopefully other devices in the near future. So their biggest investment is into Game Pass and the xCloud and the Xbox ecosystem. And as long as they are bringing people into that fold as subscribers, that is what they want. They're not their business now is subscribers, not selling games.
Well,
but they still will sell games.
Here's the thing, though. I feel like everybody's trying to get into the whole streaming thing because of Netflix. They see how successful Netflix has been over the years, to see how much they profited off of their streaming site.
Absolutely.
And now everybody like Amazon,
well, music was doing it even before Netflix, dude.
True.
You had like your iTunes, your YouTube, your Spotify, Tidal.
Yeah.
I mean, there's tons of different music ones. I mean, it is the natural progression, right? Music went, movies went, video games. I mean, it really is what's next.
Well, if you can pile up like so much, like a huge catalog of whatever you have into one, it is a huge sales point, and it's definitely a way to make tons of money like that. But have subscribers, subscriptions.
And what I was gonna say is, if you need, so Microsoft now has 23 studios under the fold. I know you go back to Rare and say, look at what happened with Rare, but let's look at what happened when they purchased Minecraft. So if you want to talk about what they did good, Minecraft is probably one of the best-selling games of all time, if not the best-selling game of all time. So they kept it multi-platform. It's available on anything and everything. Are the artists getting paid for what? For Spotify? Are we talking about music?
No, I don't know if he's going to talk about Spotify or Microsoft.
I can tell you, even if they're getting fractions of money on Spotify, it's still more money than they were getting than when Napster was around.
Okay.
So I don't know how that works. I'm sure at the end of the day it works.
Something they must get some sort of checks.
If you want to be paid, then don't go to a record label and record your own stuff. There you go. Circumvent the big guy. Record your own stuff. Release your own stuff. Try to sell your own stuff. It's part of it's part of the wheel, man. Musicians have never made out on selling their music, though. They've always made money from their ticket sales for concerts and for the selling merch. Even when they sold CDs, they were getting a fraction. So
yeah, because most of the
recording company gets the money from from CD sales. It's I know it's not lucrative to be a musician, but I don't know. Most of the music I hear lately, I could tell you why it's not lucrative. It's shit.
But you know what, though? Like, a lot of these musicians made tons of money, though. But you're right. You got a point, though. I think most of the time their money they make is through concerts.
Yeah. I remember when Metallica and Lars Ulrich was having his little baby fit about Napster. And then remember Offspring was like, okay, we'll release our album for free, because they knew that the more people that listen to their album and their music will come to their show and will buy their merch. And
exactly.
And to them, that's way. And I remember Offspring's record label got pissed, but that they were going to try to release their album for free. But honestly, like that, you're just padding the record company's pockets with album sales.
Sometimes it backfires. Remember when U2 released their album, their whole thing on what was it, the Apple Store, or the how bad that was. Like something that nobody asked for. You know what I'm saying?
Well, dude, no one's asked for a U2 CD since Joshua Tree. So,
which is
but anyways, I digress.
Hey, Joshua Tree was a great album, though.
It was a great album. I'm not saying it wasn't, but let's move on to some other good stuff here. Let's do our movie and review for this week. The sequel to Coming to America. It's Coming to America. Let's see. I'm going to read you guys Chris's take on this movie because I 100% agree with it. And since he has it written down for me, it makes it a little easier to say. So Coming to America is literally taking the last Shaft movie and recreating it into Coming to America. It's a predictable movie that you can at moments have a good time with, but this is a sequel nobody asked for and nobody is glad we got after watching it. I can't say that was any better said. Really, truly, this is a movie that we don't need. This movie is unnecessary. Did not need this movie whatsoever. That's that.
I mean, it doesn't help that it was PG-13 also.
I would agree because some of the funny jokes that we even mentioned last week on the podcast, some of the funny jokes was them not understanding the United or English language.
The custom.
And so like and they were getting cursed out, and it made for pretty funny stuff. But it makes sense
because I feel like, especially in that time, being in Queens, New York, is not necessarily that nice, like neighborly type of place you want to go to. It's very foul language, and people are, pretty much will tell you exactly what they think and all that stuff. So I feel like it definitely made sense why it was rated R. So I felt like, because to be quite honest, I think I want to say Akeem and I forgot Arsenio's Hall's character, but they rarely cuss at all, except when like other people cuss, they just repeat what they said. So, so that's all they did. So it made complete sense. But I don't know, like from what you guys tell me, I have no desire to watch this movie at all because of that. I'm sorry, it was homework. I skipped this homework, but
it's okay, Pete. It's honestly, it was worth skipping. If I had to rate it out of 10, I'd probably say it's a 4 or 5 out of 10.
Really?
I mean, there were some entertaining parts, but like, honestly, especially watching it like 1 week after watching the first Coming to America, it's like it really is just like, okay, this is like completely not even necessary at all. It's literally like rinse repeat, almost the same plot. So like they basically have to he needs an heir to his throne. All he has is girls. So then he learns he has a bastard son in New York. They go back to New York to get the bastard son. Yeah, Jon Snow. They take him back to what's the name of their kingdom?
It's crap. Zamunda.
Yeah, Zamunda, and then their next door neighbors called Nextdoria.
Really?
Yeah. So
that's the best they could come up with it.
Yeah, so that's where like Wesley Snipes' character's from.
Yeah, he's like a general, right?
Yeah, and basically, so like that's the same family that like Eddie Murphy was supposed to marry. Like that's her brother, like from the first one.
You're talking about the girl who like says whatever you want me to do, Prince.
Yeah. Yep. So anyway, so they try to arrange like a marriage between his bastard son and the daughter of this guy, so that way they can unite the kingdoms. And then, so like, he's like, oh, no, follow your heart. Cause that's, what he did. And then they wind up like changing the culture rules. And then his daughter's the heir. And it's like the same exact plot, dude, like rinse and repeat. It's like, yeah, again, it's a movie we didn't need. I honestly, like, will I ever watch it again? No. First one's way better. I'd rather watch the first one if I had to.
Can you think of sequels that like took a long time to make, but were good?
Halloween.
That's a good one, Ant. That's a very good one.
That movie is freaking fantastic.
That was a great movie.
Dude, I don't watch a lot of sequels, but that movie is freaking fantastic.
Yeah, that's a good one. Especially the fact that it's supposed to be the real sequel to the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was excellent, that movie. Definitely the ending was really cool too. That whole like ending and everything about it was excellent.
How much time period are we talking about here?
I've heard that Blade Runner.
No. I'm asking you, how much time period do I have to give you for a sequel? Like, how much time had to pass for me to tell you what?
Over 10 years, I feel.
10 years? Okay, so I can't go Terminator 2. That was only 7 years. At least 10 years. Sequel.
I think so, because I feel like in 10 years, like you should already a sequel usually takes 4 or 5 years. I mean, 10 years, it seems like you're already past that whole,
Well, I'm going to tell you what's not a good sequel. After many times, Crystal Skull, not a good sequel.
No, it was not.
Star Wars 7 through 9, not good sequels.
No, you just scrapped that whole like trilogy, honestly.
Aliens came out only like 2 or 3 years after the first one.
It came out. I want to say came out in 86 to 70 years.
Wasn't it like 79 and then like 81 or 82?
No, it was like 86. I want to say.
Oh, okay.
I want to say around there, yeah. So I wouldn't count that. I heard the new Blade Runner was pretty good, but it has mixed reviews.
Did not see it.
I did not see it either, but I heard like some people say it's great, some people say not so good, but
I think right now Halloween might be my number one, because that movie,
considering the
time difference.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Jeez. Because like rarely.
Oh no! With sequel with at least 10 years between the between like the first movie and the second movie, or whatever, the earlier movie and then the sequel to it.
We're talking about a huge.
We're talking about a gap between the movies.
Yeah.
Josh, are you talking about Blade Runner 2049? I think it's about
Blade Runner. Yeah.
It was good. Okay, I'll have to put that on my list to watch it. I'll probably watch both like back and forth though.
I really enjoyed the director too. He's the same guy who did Prisoners and Arrival.
I got one for you, Pete. Got one for you. Bad Boys for Life.
You know what, dude? I gotta admit, that was a great sequel. That was a very good sequel. What was it? At least it was it came out last year, and the other one came out, so it was about 15 years. That was a damn good sequel, actually. I actually enjoyed that movie. I thought that was actually
Godfather 3. Come on, Josh. I'm going to send you to go watch Scarface if you keep that up.
Yeah, Godfather 3 was not good.
Josh's homework. He's going to have to watch Scarface 3 times in a row if he says that again.
Get out of here, Ant. Don't even hate on Scarface.
I don't know what you're talking about, Pete.
But Godfather 3 was not good, man. The whole storyline between Andy Garcia and Andy Garcia and his daughter or whatever, wasn't it Sofia Coppola, was pretty bad, dude. That's a pretty bad storyline. Did you ever watch Godfather 3 yet?
I watched Godfather 3.
Yeah, that storyline was pretty terrible.
Yeah, not good. Not good at all.
The movie has some moments, some cool moments, but overall, like the whole focus on that storyline was bad.
Well, we haven't seen the new Top Gun yet, so we don't know if it's good.
Yeah, we don't know. It could be great though. Well, I like the director. I think the guys who the project is, I think, could be really good.
What were your top 3 sequels in general? Sequels being better than the original.
Godfather Part 2.
Godfather Part 2. Aliens.
Two Towers.
That's a good one. I mean,
would you really count that as a sequel or more of a continuation?
That here's the thing. I mean, I would say Captain America: Winter Soldier, but is that really a sequel?
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back is very good. But come on, Pete. Winter Soldier? That has to be easily the best sequel. Oh, yeah. Actually,
Terminator 2 over Terminator 1 also.
Yeah. How about Thor Ragnarok?
Well, that's the third movie, though.
But it's still a sequel.
Empire, Godfather 2,
Godfather 2. I mean, is Thor Ragnarok
the
best third movie?
Was it Rise of Planet of the Apes? Or
Oh yeah, that was really good.
Dude, one with Koba, dude, that was an excellent sequel to the first one. To be honest, that was the best out of the
honestly,
trilogy.
that was the best one of the movies. I
Yeah,
thought.
yeah, that was.
But
so,
how many times can you say the third was the best movie? And Thor definitely does that.
Thor Ragnarok was the best out of the three.
Doesn't even come close.
Honestly, man, I know you guys gonna probably disagree with me, but Last Crusade was my favorite out of the trilogy. Indiana Jones.
Yes, but it's like right neck to neck with Raiders. Raiders has so much good stuff.
Yeah.
Like, but Two Towers. I mean, not Two Towers. Sorry. Temple of Doom is coolest name, probably worst movie.
Still good though, compared to like Crystal Skull.
Toy Story 3, that's a good one, Shauna. That is the best as well.
That's a very good one, Shauna. Wait, let me ask you something though. Civil War, dude. Captain America: Civil War.
No, the Winter Soldier's better than Civil War.
You think so?
Oh yeah, dude. Winter Soldier's like, I mean, dude, the twists and turns in that is probably like one of the best political thrillers I've seen in a long time.
Winter Soldier gave us Spider-Man and Black Panther, and then that turn in the end, dude. The whole fact that Captain knew about Tony, about the Winter Soldier killing his parents. That was a huge turn, man. You're like, holy crap, what?
Pete, Hail Hydra. Come on, Hail Hydra.
That was pretty amazing, though. That was pretty. Yeah. That's definitely a huge like moment over there.
Yeah.
So let me think. What other third movie was better than the other three? There's not too many, honestly.
No, there's not too many. It's usually the worst of the bunch. Like Back to the Future, that's the worst.
Which one was the best in Back to the Future?
Probably the first.
I like the second one. The second one's great though.
No, they're both good, but I don't know. The first one's so classic.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. I still think Last Crusade is my favorite out of the three Indiana Jones. Because
I mean, there's definitely stuff about all three. There's like parts that I like in all three of them.
Because so a lot of people say Return of the Jedi is the worst out of the original trilogy. Yeah, a lot of people say that, right? And then a lot of people say like Return of the King is not as good as, even though it won all the awards. I still feel like the first and second one might be better than Return of the King from Lord of the Rings. The third one, the War of the Planet of the Apes. I still don't. I think the second one's still the better one.
Oh, second one's definitely the
best. But you're right about Thor Ragnarok. I think Thor Ragnarok is the best out of the other two. That's easy. That's an easy best out of the other two.
Oh yeah, it doesn't even come close. Doesn't even compare.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't, man. But yeah, dude. I can't think of anything else really where the third movie is better than the other two. Yeah, Two Towers by far is my favorite. The Battle of Helm's Deep, that literally our battle of Helm's Deep was amazing, dude.
Out of the trilogy, I would say Two Towers was the best. You know what, dude? The Hobbit, I can't even tell you what the best Hobbit was. I was so disappointed with that trilogy.
The second one's the best one, but I still don't care for the.
Is that like the Desolation of Smog or whatever it's called?
That's because that's really the coolest part of Dragon.
Jaws 3. Who watched any Jaws past the first one?
The first one's amazing, dude.
I don't know.
It's like saying favorite Sean Connery movie.
Sean Connery movie.
You know what? This guy's watched some James Bond movies, so it might change his whole appeal.
It still didn't change my mind to what my favorite one is.
Which one's your favorite?
My favorite Sean Connery movie of all time is probably The Rock.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I love that movie, dude. Love it. But the original Bond movies, they were pretty good. I think I pretty much watched all the Sean Connery ones. I've watched a lot of them.
I think you only live twice. I don't think you've seen that one.
No, I don't think I've seen that one yet.
Or Diamonds Are Forever. Finding Forrester.
They're pretty good. Finding Forrester. You're the man now, dog.
I still say Last Crusade is my favorite Sean Connery movie. Last Crusade was amazing.
Finding Forrester was a good one.
Actually, I take that back. Untouchables was great too.
That's a good one. He won the
Oscar for
best
that.
supporting. Yeah,
that, dude.
Best supporting actor.
It's like that's what was it? You put one. They put one in the hospital. You put one of them in the morgue. That's the Chicago way. Come on, a great line, dude.
I'm trying to see what other movies he was in.
Hunt for Red October.
Never seen it.
You never seen Hunt for Red October?
Nope.
Really?
Really?
That's a very good movie, Ant. He was in Highlander.
Oh, Highlander. That's a good movie. I've seen that.
Yeah. He was in The Rock, and
love that movie.
He was in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That's probably his worst.
He was in the Avengers, Pete.
That was pretty bad too. That movie.
Rocky. Oh, favorite Rocky? Rocky 1. Yeah, I'll probably say Rocky 1.
Rocky 1 is the best. Rocky 4 definitely is like a sentimental favorite, though.
Rocky 3 is so much 80s. Balboa was good.
Dude,
I enjoyed Creed as well. I thought
that's a great spinoff right there, man. That's an amazing spinoff, Creed. Man, we could talk about movies all day, though. That's the thing about us, man.
All day. But let's talk about something a little bit more disappointing. How about that?
I know where you're going for.
Let's go. Okay. So to allude to what I was talking about earlier, me and Pete had a conversation where I felt like the ending was a little rushed. Lo and behold, the series, from what I heard, was supposed to be 10 episodes, and they were supposed to give us the first 3 episodes on the first day, but they had to cut the last episode and basically make it and finish it up into episode 9. That's what I heard. Don't know if it's true, but that's how I felt at the end of the show.
I couldn't agree more, man. I think Chris also said the same thing with us, and we're big Marvel guys too. But
let me read Chris's opinions real quick, and then we'll go on. So Chris said, WandaVision finale was lackluster, and to be honest, a limp dick outing. Had to give a throw out to the limp dick. Quicksilver was a slap in the face to Marvel fans. White Vision disappears, and nobody knows where he's going now that he has met his memories. Wanda somehow found out how to do runes just by looking at them. This is not the worst project Marvel has done, but it's definitely not the best. The only payoff we got was Wanda becoming what she is, in her getting a similar costume to her father Magneto. That's my thoughts on both. But yeah. So Quicksilver, I definitely think is a slap in the face. I'm 100% there. Now, another thing, a rumor I heard that could make up for it, hopefully this is the direction they're going, that is Quicksilver. He's in witness protection, which is why he's going by Ralph Boner. And that's who Jimmy Woo is checking up on.
Dude, even the name sounds like a fucking joke. The name even sounds like a joke. Ralph Boner. Even it's so funny too. Like, even when he said it, like, oh, Boner, like it's just like, you kind of like, okay, are they just trying to insult us or whatever? They trying to sell all the X-Men.
So in episode 3 or 4, when they I think it was episode 4, when they go back to the beginning of it all, and Jimmy Woo shows up at the Hex, he is saying he's there at Westfield checking up on somebody that's in witness protection. They never say who it was, so it would make sense, again, to have some stupid name like Jimmy or like Ralph Boner be like Quicksilver from the other universe. So, but she does mention Agatha that her husband's name is Ralph. So is that her husband, or are they both in witness protection?
The problem is, no matter how they try to fix this, it still doesn't really. It's almost something where they're gonna have to do damage control, kind of like how they did the Mandarin in Iron Man 3, where they had to make a whole short film about Hail to the King, and had to fix the whole thing. And now that they bring the real Mandarin and change Shang-Chi. So I feel like if this one, they're gonna have to fix it.
The worst the worst part about it, really, though, is like the first 8 episodes were so good, and then like we get stuck with this in episode 9. Like they totally missed the landing, for the finale, which is just really upsetting. I think I lost Pete here. Hopefully he comes back soon. Oh, just in case you guys know or didn't know, Cheap Ass Gamers letting us know that $1,400 is free via the government, so that's good. There you go. That's a little deal that's going on right now. Breaking news. Pete just asked what happened. I believe he got booted from the conversation. That's what happened. But let's talk about Pete is gone. So let's talk about WandaVision while Pete. So in episode 9 we have a conclusion to a couple storylines. What was really disappointing to me, sorry, was that Monica and Jimmy Woo and Darcy, all them, they didn't play really any role in the finale. So they built these characters up throughout the series, and really the finale was focused around Agatha Harkness, Scarlet Witch, and then the two Visions fighting it out. Other than that, we really didn't get much else going on there. For I mean, we had the attack of the army, or the sword, on the town, and the two little kids help. TVA Witsec. What is Witsec? The multiverse cops, the TVA, they are going to be in the Loki series. So that's going to be the driving force in the Loki series. I don't know if necessarily they have anything to do here. Also, I thought the whole scroll thing, the whole Secret War tie-in, I thought that was kind of a little lame too, because it's like they took this character we haven't seen throughout the whole entire series. She pulls Monica aside, and what's up, Pete? And
sorry for technical difficulties.
No,
guys.
you're fine. And so this character pulls Monica aside at the very end. We haven't seen her in the whole entire series, and she turns out to be a Skrull. Whoa, big surprise. We don't even know who the hell she is. So of course she could be a Skrull. Now, to me, I would have made one of the side characters, or like Jimmy Woo or Darcy, like have them have been the Skrull. That would have been cool. That would have been like, oh shit, that wasn't actually Darcy. That was a Skrull. Holy crap. But no, we get some character we haven't seen be the Skrull. So
the coolest Skrull thing had to be like Spider-Man Far From Home, when you see Nick Fury actually was a Skrull the whole time. That's one of the coolest.
I got you now. Quick. So why would the FBI be checking up on Quicksilver under TVA rules? Maybe TVA and the FBI have some sort of tie-in. Maybe, yeah. And that's who he was checking up on. I could see that though. That would make sense, because he is a character that went cross the multiverse. So
they're gonna have to do definitely a whole damage control on this. Like I was saying, like kind of like they did in Iron Man 3 after like Hail to the King. I feel like, that short film they did on like Ben Kingsley's character, and then you find out there's a real Mandarin. They're gonna have to do something like that. The problem is
what I was saying while you were gone, Pete, because I was still trying to talk about it while you were leaving, while you were gone. But I was just saying how it's disappointing that the first 8 episodes were so good, and then they kind of like missed the landing on the finale.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
And I was just saying how like I felt like a lot of the side characters they were building up didn't have really anything to do with the with the finale. It was really just Vision and Wanda and Agatha. So
I felt like the problem is, so you didn't really get. They felt out of place. These characters, they really felt out of place. They're like Monica, Jimmy Woo, Darcy. It didn't feel like the focal point really was on Scarlet Witch and Vision, which understandably so. This is their show, right? Even Agatha was more like somewhat a focal point. I felt like though all the outside characters kind of felt like they're just there. You didn't really get too much like character development or things like that. I do think the whole Monica and the whole Snap reveal thing was pretty awesome, though.
That was one of the coolest parts of any of the episodes, in my opinion. I love that episode.
That was a great scene. But like everything about it too, even like the fact when she starts getting powers, it just felt kind of forced. It didn't feel natural, And I feel like, don't get me wrong, I think the girl who's playing the actress playing it, I think is doing a really good job with it. But the problem is, so the execution for that character felt a little bit forced. Now, hopefully, like maybe Captain Marvel 2 or whatever they're gonna do with her, you'll get a little bit more of her, and maybe get a little more like it'll be more she'll be more of a focal point. But I felt with this whole thing, was what Wanda was doing, everything about it, it just felt these characters are just kind of like pushed to the side. You know what I'm saying? And got a little moments here and there, but it wasn't anything like where you're just kind of like they're integrated into the main storyline, Am I right? Or
I know, I 100% agree.
Now,
I wish I could disagree with you so I could argue with you about it, but unfortunately, I feel like we all are kind of on the same page with where we felt it all like stuck or missed its landing.
Now let me look at the cool stuff, the cool parts to this whole thing. I felt like the White Vision was really cool. The fact that Vision does exist again, but he's more of an android. He's, I thought that battle with him and Vision, and then they had this like philosophical talk, and that's how kind of a battle ended, was very cool. I think it was very well done.
Well, it's very Vision of it to go that way.
Yes, it was, and I think that's what made it so cool. The fact that it went that way. Now we don't know what's going to happen with them. Yeah, I agree. Like what's going to happen, but I'm pretty sure he's going to kind of like try to get back in with the Avengers. It's going to be kind of like one of the things where he's questioning everything. So you'll get that storyline. But overall, I thought that was kind of cool. Wanda kind of becoming Scarlet Witch was really cool. I think Agatha Harkness, that was cool too as well. But you still don't know enough about her and her like. So we know that the Darkhold, she had the Darkhold book, which I talked about it early in the episodes or whatever in these episodes. The fact that the book contains a lot of incantations and pretty much like things that it's created by an elder god, and the elder god I believe is still trapped in the book. So the fact that you saw like the last, I think it was the end credit scene with Scarlet Witch kind of like looking through the Darkhold book, shows that she's kind of bringing that elder god out. She might be bringing that out, which is a huge threat to the world. So I think that's going to be kind of a segue to Doctor Strange. I feel like it's Wanda going to be the villain of Doctor Strange. I don't think she's going to be the main villain. She's going to probably be. But she might bring the main villain to Doctor Strange.
I think it's either going to be Mephisto or Nightmare.
Yes. Which I feel she's going to kind of bring that onto the world because she's messing with the Darkhold book. So that's my best guess about that.
Did you see what Gabriel, what's his name? Gabriel what's the guy that played Ghost Rider on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Oh yes, Gabriel. I forgot his last name.
It's pretty funny though. He tweeted. He goes, "Oh, I guess like storing the Darkhold under my bed wasn't such a good idea." Like I was like, "That's pretty fun. That's pretty funny."
Yeah. Hopefully we see him back. I actually like his version of Ghost Rider, even though
I thought he was awesome as that version of Ghost Rider.
But I do want to see the original Johnny Blaze. Yeah, I do want to see.
You want to see Nick Cage? Is that who you want to see?
No, I kind of want to see somebody like younger.
Bradley Cooper.
He would be good, actually. But he's already doing the voice of Rocket, so he can't do.
It's a voice. Calm down. He could be I mean, come on. Paul Bettany did the voice of Jarvis, and Vision.
Got a point. You got a point.
Granted, they're kind of one and the same, but still.
Here's another thing too, and you'll probably agree with me too. I don't like the fact that Marvel keeps on teasing the multiverse. Either pull the stop teasing or pull the trigger. You know what I'm saying? Because they've done this already 2 times.
100%.
2 times they've done this to us, and I think it's gotten to the point where we're gonna I think fans are getting annoyed. They did this with Far From Home, even though the twist was awesome in Far From Home. It's still annoying the fact that there was no multiverse, and now they did it again with Quicksilver, almost teasing the whole multiverse, or X-Men multiverse. And then you find out that this guy's just a regular guy or whatever. It just seemed kind of the whole thing. Like, my question though is, with that though, was the whole beat scene, was that controlling him, or did he really have the Quicksilver powers?
Depends on if he was Quicksilver or not.
Because it seemed to me like how does he have the Quicksilver powers? Unless the beats that she had may provide those powers.
Then why would the kids have the powers?
Well, that was a creation of Wanda.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything that there's a lot of unanswered questions when it comes to that show.
There really is, and unfortunately, I think the way they did the show, you created this type of problem, I guess. They created all this mystery towards it, and now that's a bigger thing when it comes to a show, though. When you have so much mystery behind a TV show, you better come up with all the answers by the end of the series, or if you don't, then all these you're gonna disappoint a lot of people. Case in point, Lost. Lost had the same problem. You there, Ant?
I am. I'm sorry, I got some breaking news.
What's breaking news?
Breaking news is one of the announcements from NXT tonight.
What is it, Ant?
There is a pay-per-view coming out called NXT Stand and Deliver, and it comes out on April 7th on the USA Network and April 8th on Peacock TV.
I already told you this, Ant.
Two-night takeover event.
I already told you this, Ant. I told you this.
You did. And women's tag team titles are coming to NXT. How you feel about that, Pete?
What's that?
So how do you feel about the women's tag team titles? And they already have champions that have to defend it tonight.
Who?
Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. I guess they were given the belts, and they have to defend them tonight.
All right, let's go back to this, Ant. Let's we'll talk more about wrestling in a little bit. But Josh has a question. I think it was a bunch of multiverse stuff that will make more sense soon enough. I do agree. I think definitely Doctor Strange and the multiverse of madness definitely going to answer a lot of those questions. I hope it does, because I feel like calling it the multiverse of madness, you're really either you better deliver, or you're going to piss a lot of fans off if you don't go, if you don't do that, if you don't go with that route, that storyline.
Yeah, I could agree. I mean, it's sad that to me though, it's sad that we couldn't get all that, that they left so much stuff open in at the end of the series though. So, you know what I'm saying? That we don't even know what's going on.
But here's the thing though, I'm not going to take away from the series. I thought their execution of all the different sitcoms from each decade was amazing. It was really well done. I thought they did a great job with that. I thought the acting of Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany, and I forgot the actress who played Agatha Harkness.
Catherine Hahn or Han.
Yeah, they had amazing acting throughout the series.
Yeah.
I thought some of their little commercials they had throughout their whole thing was pretty awesome too. Really well executed. Character development and actually some of the dramatic scenes were really well done as well between Vision and Scarlet Witch. All that stuff let's not ignore, because I thought they did a great job with that. Unfortunately, I think our expectations was way too high, and it was just set up to be. We were set up to be disappointed, and that's what happened.
I want to see Miles Morales in new Spider-Man. Well, you will get to see Miles Morales in the new Spider-Man. I believe you will, at least.
Possibly.
I know. I think you're going to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. From what I hear,
I've heard there's some certain people saying that you might not see them. That's a rumor. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Just ask Tom Holland. He can't keep his mouth shut.
Yet, supposedly you're getting all these other different villains from the different Spider-Man, universe.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure
I just want to see Sinister Six.
I just want to see a good Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, but I mean, they haven't done Sinister Six yet in live action, so that'd be cool.
And they've always teased it too. They've teased it. I remember the Amazing Spider-Man.
Always tease it.
Yeah, they always tease it. So it's kind of to the point where we need to see that sooner or later. So, but I don't know. So, what's your final thoughts about WandaVision?
First 8 episodes were excellent. Episode 9 was a real letdown. Didn't completely ruin the series for me, as long as going forward, they either have a season 2 or they answer some questions in further Marvel properties. I mean, they can fix if they need to fix the whole Quicksilver thing. In my opinion, they just need to tell us that it is Quicksilver. Because right now, the fact that it might not be Quicksilver, I don't like. Fix that.
So you think they really need to say that this guy is the Quicksilver from?
Yes.
Well, let me ask you something though, Ant. What if they do that, but like this is the 616 guy who's Quicksilver, but then the whatever different universe from the X-Men, that's a real Quicksilver, and they bring that one in. Would that make it up for it?
Why would she know that? That now you got to answer me a question of why would Agatha know that that's the 616 version of the other Quicksilver? Why, like that would?
But it's not the 6. It's just the 616 of that person who looks like.
Yeah, but what would the coincidence be? She picked the same guy.
No, the coincidence would be like 1 in a billion. It would not happen.
Yeah, no, I just think that would be bad. Like if you brought him in because we all know him as Quicksilver, and that's who he's supposed to be. You got to roll with it now. Fix it. Kat Dennings, I never enjoy, but she wasn't too bad. She was okay in this one. She played her role well.
She played her role well, but I still felt it was out of place.
Yeah, we didn't need her.
That's my only argument with that.
I like Jimmy Woo better personally, but
like I said, Jimmy Woo has a definitely a pretty cool storyline in the comics where he actually is in charge of this superhero group. So
I'm just ready for some Falcon and Winter Soldier. Bring it on. Let's go.
Which comes out next week, right?
Yep, next Friday. So we are literally 9 days away.
I feel though that this Falcon Winter Soldier will be way more straightforward. Like it'll feel more like an MCU.
It's gonna feel like a 3-hour movie. I feel like, yes. or even 3-hour movie. It's probably gonna be like chopped up into half-hour episodes and 6 half-hour episodes, and it'll feel like a 3-hour movie. Or if it's a little longer, maybe a 3.5-hour movie.
Yeah, I do feel that's gonna be way more straightforward and something that fans will be more
definitely gonna have more action. I can tell you that. Well, I feel like they're going to keep the whole political thriller climate. So
I just hope they do Baron Zemo justice. I felt like
I think they will. I think you'll have more character development from him this time.
I do hope that they bring more of his character more justice, because I felt like Civil War definitely didn't do a great job. Like he had that cool kind of twist thing, but I felt like his character is way more. He has way more to offer than what they did in Civil War, in my opinion. So
yeah,
I do hope that we get a little more of, definitely a much better interpretation of Baron Zemo in the next and Falcon Winter Soldier.
I would agree.
I do also feel like there are going to be other villains. It's not just going to be him. Of course, you got U.S. Agent, who probably might be a villain. and you got also I believe Flag Smashers or whatever. I believe they're kind of a terrorist group also as well. That might be also the villains in that. So I definitely think that's what's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be any cool twists and all that. I'm hoping there's going to be some cool twists in the show. So
yeah,
but I think that's going to definitely be a very straightforward show.
I'm ready for that show. I'm ready for Mighty Ducks as well. Is there anything coming out this week from Netflix that's worth watching?
I don't know. That's a good question, Ant.
What's this weekend? What date is that? What would that be? 3/12. Let's see. Do we have any good content coming out this weekend that we need to watch? Netflix films. We have coming tomorrow. We have Coven of Sisters. We have Friday Love Alarm Season 2, The One, Paper Lives, Paradise PD Part 3, Yes Day. That's the movies we got.
Very nice.
Anything on Amazon or HBO? Pete?
No, I don't think we have anything just yet. I know, like, I think Godzilla and King Kong should be coming up pretty soon. They say in March, so.
Oh, isn't when did your Justice League movie come out? Isn't that this weekend?
Is it?
Oh, I don't know. I just know you love Justice League, so.
Oh yeah, I love that movie, and it's so good. So I want to watch 4 hours more.
Is Kong this weekend?
Is it?
Oh, why you gotta tease me like that, Josh? No, this weekend is Isabel, Nuestra Madres, and Tigtone. So, but
yeah, that's on my list.
Yeah, streaming on the 31st, Godzilla versus Kong.
How about Justice League? When is that coming out?
Justice League is the 18th.
Ooh,
there you go.
Next week, huh?
There you go, man. Your 4-hour masterpiece of something.
Are you gonna go watch it, Ant? You gonna watch 4 hours of it?
No, I'm not gonna watch that movie, Pete. You couldn't pay me to watch a Zack Snyder movie right now. I will watch Army of the Dead though. I will give it a shot.
Okay.
I will give it a go. But I will not watch any of his DC stuff.
What if that's our homework, man?
Well, then I'll be skipping out on homework that week.
Are you even watched the other Justice League movie?
I started to. It's not worth it. So this week on Amazon is Honest Thief in Making Their Mark Season 1. Yep. So neither one I really want to watch. And then now we have a Paramount Plus. So why don't we just go to that? So what have we been watching? So I'll start. So Paramount Plus. I watched a new SpongeBob movie on Paramount Plus.
Oh yeah, how was it, Ant?
It was interesting. Had some good cameos in it.
Like who? David Hasselhoff?
No, Keanu Reeves. He played he played a rolling tumbleweed with his head in the middle of it.
That sounds pretty Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, yep. And then they had Danny Trejo was El Diablo.
That sounds like Danny Trejo.
Yep, it was. So you had some really good cameos in it.
Was he a Muppet? Was Danny Trejo a Muppet in that?
No, he was the bad guy, dude.
Oh,
but it was worth watching. It was worth watching. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good. I can't complain.
Did you watch anything else?
I watched Nomadland, but I already talked about that.
Okay.
Let me think. Dude, I watch anything else? No, that's it though. I did watch SpongeBob and I watched that, but that would be it.
All right, cool.
Would you watch, Peter?
I finished the whole series of The Wire, which was
look at you.
Pretty good. Yeah, it's a very cool show. Definitely not necessarily like it wasn't the one of those cool, like really awesome endings, But this ending made sense. If that make But I definitely enjoyed it. It was definitely a great show. I also watched a little pay-per-view that happened this Sunday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you have your little sparklers going for it?
I had my sparklers all over the place.
Good thing.
So yeah, we'll talk a little bit about wrestling. I watched AEW Revolution this Sunday. Pay-per-view, was pretty damn good for the most part, except for the ending, of course. Everybody was bashing it because they're supposed to have an exploding ring, and the ring didn't really explode. It just was a few sparklers and a little boom, and that's it. So disappointing a lot of fans and all that stuff, and a lot of people were making fun of the whole thing because of that. Even though, I mean, let's be honest, can you really fucking blow up a whole ring? You're probably going to kill the people in it. So, but, didn't happen. Hopefully they'll make that up, try to find some, good reason or why or whatever, good storyline or something. Try to, do damage control of that. So, what are you reading, Ant? Any news?
That's WWE news.
Okay.
So Pete Dunne is basically saying he's the best technical wrestler in the entire world, and he dares someone to prove him wrong. So who's Pete Dunne facing at NXT TakeOver? Daniel Bryan?
No.
He is claiming he is the best technical wrestler in the world.
Probably Timothy Thatcher or something like that.
No, Timothy Thatcher is currently in a storyline with Imperium.
Oh. I'm pretty sure somebody out there. The thing is, though, I mean, you can argue there's several wrestlers who are you can consider the best technical wrestler. I mean, there really are.
But who is going to fight him after him making that claim?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they can pick
Kyle O'Reilly.
Probably he's somebody I can argue to say that he's a great technical wrestler.
Johnny Gargano.
He's another one. You can argue him. That's what I'm saying. There's several. I can't just say that. I mean,
Cesaro?
I think he's another one too. I agree.
I could see Cesaro showing up in NXT to wrestle Pete Dunne. Dude, that would be a clinic.
I'm just saying there's several wrestlers that are legitimate great wrestlers.
Yeah.
So I can't necessarily say that he is the best. But hey, let's skip all that stuff. Let's talk about a little bit of wrestling and all that since let's talk about some of the newsworthy stuff.
You want to talk Molly about Page or Cage?
What's that?
You want to talk about Page or Cage?
Okay. Before we go there, let's talk about Molly Holly being inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame.
Well deserved, actually. I do get upset still because I feel like China is the most overlooked person in the Hall of Fame for the women's side. I still think she needs to be put in. But if I had to pick another wrestler besides her, I would say it would have probably been Molly Holly. So I'm happy for her.
The problem with China, though, is one, she passed away over drugs or whatever. So that's a hard thing to kind of go over. And also the fact that her relation with Triple H before, the fact that, is that whole Stephanie, he went with Stephanie, it really created a lot of.
And the fact that she was in porn.
She was in porn, yes. It's a lot of things about China, unfortunately, that it's not really suitable to, I guess, to Hall of Fame status, which is a shame because I 100% agree with you. She was integral part to the Attitude Era and probably the only one of the most unique female wrestlers, in any era, to be quite honest. So to me, that she is well deserving of the Hall of Fame, and hopefully one day she'll get it. But I think Molly Holly is, without a doubt, definitely well deserving, considering how good she was at that time. She's definitely ahead of her time when it comes to women wrestling. So
she had a great storyline with Spike Dudley too.
Yes. The whole storyline, everything about it, and like I said, she was a great wrestler too. She was great in the ring. So, but let's talk about a little bit more about yes. So another big thing that happened in the AEW Revolution, the big reveal or whatever, was 47-year-old Christian Cage being the new signing to AEW. What do you think about that, Ant?
I always like Christian. That it's good for him. Honestly, I think they would use him better than the WWE would, because I feel like the WWE doesn't really have a spot for him, especially since they're pushing Edge so hard. I don't.
I'll be quite honest about him is the fact that I think he's one of the most unappreciated like stars of the WWE, one of the more underappreciated guys. I feel like who should have got some sort of big night, good championship run and never did. And I feel like it's kind of shame because like he kind of got Marty Jannetty for no reason, and I don't think he deserved to get Marty Jannetty. I think he's definitely a star of his own. So I that's my opinion on that.
Yeah, I think he can handle being a star on his own.
I think honestly, if you look back, like there's a period when he was Captain Charisma, and his promo work and his ring work and his character and all that was excellent. It was top notch. He should have definitely got a good heel run with at least a championship run or whatever at that time, because I thought he was excellent. Then he went to TNA. He came back to the WWE, but I feel him coming back was kind of almost like it wasn't not a big deal because of whatever made the fact that he left and came back. He didn't really get that big of a push like he deserved. So, but I do think he's very valuable in a sense. I mean, if you have Chris Jericho wrestling at 50 and all that, and he's still doing pretty good at 50, I can't see why a guy like Christian Cage, who's been who hasn't been wrestling for like 5 years, be a good have great matches or
the only negative thing is, man, is like the more and more they say they want to be less like the WWE, the more and more they're like the WWE.
No, I agree with that. I think they need to create their own stars. They got plenty of stars. They need to
because I mean, you get Big Show and Christian all in like 1 week. Like that's pretty WWE.
Well, you know what the funny thing about it is, I feel all wrestling companies do that. Who is alternative to WCW did it. They've got a lot of WWE guys. TNA did it. They got a lot of WWE guys.
But I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like WCW, when they were grabbing the talent, they were grabbing the cream of the crop of the WWE at the time.
Yes and no. I think they really got a lot of they got Earthquake, they got IRS.
No, I understand that, dude. I'm talking about more of like Hogan, Macho Man, Razor Ramon.
But
Kevin Nash.
Honestly, dude, Hogan at the time they got him wasn't really working out the way they wanted to.
Yeah, but he was still like one of the biggest names in wrestling at the time.
No, he was, but I felt like it was until I think they got Hall and Nash and they created the NWO when they went. The thing is, so you can't. Here's one problem with wrestling. You can bring a big star to your company. You can't recreate something that's already been done. You have to totally revamp the whole character, and that's what they did. And that's where they became successful because of that. Because they decided to change the whole character of Hogan and make it something else, making him a heel. And that's where they became successful because of that. And I think that's the biggest problem. And that's another thing that happened with the AEW, the whole splitting ring thing. They try to recreate something that happened in Japan almost 30 years ago. And I think that's something where they shouldn't go back into something. You can do nostalgic stuff, but you have to do your own version of it. You can't go and try to copy something that's been done already, because it's gonna become a failure. And that's the only problem with that when it comes to wrestling. And I think a lot of times when you pick stars from other companies, you got to make sure that these guys who are coming in are reinventing themselves. Because if you try to do the same gimmick or same something they've done before, it's gonna fall flat. Unless
Christian gonna be.
What's that?
Okay, so what's Christian gonna be?
I think he's gonna be. I mean, the thing is, so you don't have to. There's certain guys you don't have to It's not like the gimmick itself. They don't have gimmicks. Some wrestlers have big gimmicks, and some wrestlers do not have big gimmicks. Some wrestlers are just good wrestlers. Or good promos. Some guys are just can't hold on their own. I mean, a guy like Ric Flair can go here and there and never really had to change his character. He can be Ric Flair anywhere and still be successful. I think the same thing with the Macho Man. I feel like here's another guy who can be here or go anywhere and be successful. Certain guys have that type of talent where no matter where they go. other guys, they need something else, like to reinvent themselves in order to be something like. I feel like Chris Jericho always reinvents himself. I feel like Taker always had to reinvent himself. There's certain guys who always have to change it up and all that. And I think that's the thing with wrestling, though. I feel like you have to reinvent yourself some way.
Well, even Shawn Michaels, in a way, reinvented himself.
Exactly. So, like I said, though, I think it's a matter of the wrestling talent and how they go about it in order to be, like some guys don't need to. Some guys could be like I said, Ric Flair was Ric Flair from like the 80s till now. And he's
still Ric Flair.
But he still like seems to always attract fans. It seems to work because so some guys don't need to reinvent themselves. Other guys do. So it all depends on the wrestling talent, to be quite honest. I don't think the only thing I can say about AEW though is they need to still continue pushing the guys they have. I think they need to kind of like the old guys and the new guys try to like work together and try to create something. I think honestly, the one thing I could take out of the whole pay-per-view that they did a really good job was that cinematic match between Sting and Darby Allin versus Brian Cage and Ricky Starks. I thought that was a great cinematic match, and something that I think the WWE really missed out with Taker and Sting. I think if they created the same cinematic match between Taker and Sting, and WWE would have been a huge hit. But unfortunately,
the AJ Styles and Taker cinematic match was very good.
It was great though. That was a great match too. But I felt like Sting and Taker would have been a much better one. Yeah, because of the history.
No, I agree. But I feel like at this point in Sting's career, that's like really all he can do.
No, it is. He can't do too much. He still looked good for what he did. He still, like, for a guy that's 60 years old, 61 years old, I mean, he still did pretty good. I mean, he didn't look bad. I mean, but I think cinematic matches hide that, though. They hide the whole, like...
Oh, of course they do, because you can do it in takes, so...
Yeah, exactly. So, but I still think it was a pretty... But if that's the case, though, if you're going to do cinematic matches with him or do things like that with him, then I'm all for it. That's something that I feel like could be... they're using him, they're hiding his weaknesses and enhancing his strengths. And that's what you should do with any wrestler. So, but yeah, I thought that was a great job. Like I said, though, overall, I thought the pay-per-view was good. The whole explosion thing was definitely a huge botch. It's something I need to correct. Hopefully, they're correcting it tonight. So,
oh yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know if there's any other wrestling news that you have.
No, that's all I have.
Well, here's another thing too. I gotta also mention about the Hall of Fame thing. They're gonna induct the 2020 class, and they're gonna do the 2021 class. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Dude, those events are already long enough. Please tell me it's 2 nights.
I hope it's 2 nights.
Yeah, dude, I can't.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be 2 nights.
Dude, man, those they go on too long sometimes. They're very long.
Well, yeah, because the guys literally want to talk for an hour about everything.
Don't get me wrong, dude. I'm a huge wrestling fan and I love doing it, but it usually takes me a couple days to get through it.
I do think some of the inductions are pretty cool, like British Bulldog and NWO. So
yeah, who's gonna do British Bulldog? Is it gonna be his son?
Pretty sure, like he's gonna accept his induction. So
that's cool. Who's doing the induction? Is it gonna be Brett?
I don't know. I'm not sure who's gonna do it. They really haven't announced anything about that, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna pick some, right people to do it.
Who's gonna do the NWO? Bischoff.
It makes sense. Who else would do it?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, it makes sense for
Bischoff. I feel like Bischoff has, almost. I mean, I can't think of anybody else to do the induction besides that. Like, pretty much, like the other people who can do it are working for AEW. Like, so I don't see how anybody, it's like, like Sting is working for AEW. So, like, he can't do it. So I can't think of anybody else who've been feuding with them that,
Who was that? Who else was in the 2020 class?
Batista, British Bulldog.
Who's going to do his?
Who, Batista? I'm not sure. Maybe John Cena? I don't know.
No, it's going to be one night, dude. April 6th.
Really?
Wow,
the
dude.
Whole thing?
Yeah, dude. But that's crazy, dude. So get this. Okay, so April 6th is going to be the Hall of Fame. April 7th and 8th is going to be like NXT on Wednesday and Thursday. And then WrestleMania, what's Friday?
I don't know. Isn't WrestleMania going to be 2 nights also?
Yeah, and then because I was going to say,
that's like too much wrestling for anybody.
I wonder what's going to happen on Friday night. Oh, SmackDown. That's what it is. Yeah, so Monday night's Raw, Tuesday night's Hall of Fame, Wednesday, Thursday is the NXT pay-per-view, and then Friday's SmackDown, and then Saturday and Sunday will be WrestleMania, and then you got Raw on Monday, the Raw after WrestleMania.
Oh my god. So much wrestling. You got like a week,
yeah, you got like a week straight of programming. That's ridiculous.
That's like so much wrestling, dude. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so the 2020 class was Batista, NWO, Bella Twins, JBL, British Bulldog, and Jushin Thunder Liger.
JBL getting inducted?
Yeah, Farouk will put him in.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. I don't know British Bulldog. I don't know about Jushin Thunder Liger.
I'm not sure who will nominate, who will induct
Bella Twins. I don't know. Does the Cena put them in, or Daniel Bryan, or both?
Probably Daniel Bryan, right?
Oh, no, that's right. Not Cena. Cena's not dating her anymore.
No, he's not. She's dating some sort of
yeah. I'm guessing it'll be Daniel Bryan then.
Probably, I don't know.
Or it would be maybe like I don't know, maybe like Stephanie or someone else from the women's division that was like a big.
Yeah, I can see that, because then they'll be like, oh, these women are great. They really, did the whole.
Maybe Natty. I don't know.
Maybe.
But yeah, I don't know who's going to put Batista in. Maybe Triple H.
Probably. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That or Ric Flair.
Flair's too old. He's like sounds drunk when he talks half the time. So he probably is. So, but
he's
yeah, dude, that's gonna be a lot of wrestling that week. Holy smokes!
Oh my goodness, too much sometimes.
Too much. I think I'm gonna have to figure out some sort of way to watch the NXT show on the USA Network, because I don't know, I don't think it's gonna be on Peacock like the next day until probably after the other second live event.
That's gonna work, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work, because they should put it right away on the Peacock Network, but who knows?
Well, hey, we're gonna be doing this show, man. We're gonna be doing it. Yeah, you're gonna skip the show to watch NXT?
No, I'll watch it later. I'm not gonna skip the show. Come on, Pete. So, anyways, what have we been playing? I'll actually start this. So I beat the Batman Telltale game, but because you haven't beat it, I can't talk about it. But let me just say it's one fantastic story, and I've now started the Enemy Within. So, the main villain in that one's Riddler.
Cool.
Pretty crazy stuff happens in the first 3 chapters.
I thought they did a great job with the Telltale for Batman, because
hands down the best Telltale games.
Well, I love the whole it's like, you gotta, I like it too, because it's almost like the characters, the characters and their motivations, so you kind of trying to sometimes I feel you want to see certain things happen, and but certain things not happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There's I think there's a point where you're trying to save either Catwoman or Harvey Dent, and you'd rather say Catwoman than Harvey Dent, because you already know he's going to turn to Two-Face anyway.
Man.
But you already know he's going to turn to Two-Face, so why not? Just let him go,
Oh, spoiler alert.
What?
People don't know about Harvey Dent.
And Two-Face? Come on, man. They already know that already. So what else have you been playing, Ant? Since you're looking at your phone,
I've been playing. Yeah, don't worry about me, Pete. I've been playing Madden 2021.
Okay.
And I've been playing the franchise mode. Just been playing some of it. It's good. I enjoy it. It's been a while since I played Madden, so I'm having fun doing that. I played a game of NBA 2K21. And Pete, I gotta ask you, do you know why I've been playing these games?
Why are you even playing these games, Ant?
Oh, because they're part of this lovely subscription service that I subscribe to called Game Pass. You get these included in your Game Pass subscription. These huge games from EA Studios, from Take-Two Games, from 2K. But
so you get your money's worth, huh?
Oh, I totally get my money's worth. Dude, there's so many games on there. I'll never be able to play all the games on there. So
Well, what are you looking at your phone, Ant? What are
I'm
you?
not.
What are you?
I was looking at my cord here.
What are you looking at your phone? Are you looking at some news?
Don't have my phone, Pete. I
All
got
right, all right.
nothing.
So, anything else you've been playing that is pretty awesome on your Game Pass?
I have not been playing my Switch. I have not been playing my PS4. I've only been playing my Xbox, but those were the only things I've played on Xbox. I haven't even played any Rocket League or Minecraft Dungeons or anything. I've
Wow.
been I've really just been playing Madden a lot. I've been this is why I don't get Maddens and I try not to get Maddens because like when I get Madden, like that's all I do is play Madden. So I'm trying to stop doing that, but oh, what is that little face? Oh, that's a face of Shauna saying, "Oh, I should get rid of my PlayStations and get Xbox Game Pass." Oh, that's what that face means.
Is she like giving her the eye roll?
Yep, it's because she knows how great of a value Game Pass is, but she doesn't want to hear about it.
This guy right here, this guy.
Hey,
So when are you gonna ask me what I've been playing?
All I'm trying to do, Pete, is save you guys money, but I can't help the people that don't want to be helped. What have you been playing, Pete?
I've been playing Smash Brothers Ultimate on the Switch. Yes, the Switch. Just shaking his head.
I don't. What do you want me to say?
You know what? I also play. No, I also been playing so I have a emulator or whatever, and I've been playing like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arcade game. I played the Punisher arcade game, and I played Alien vs Predator arcade game, which all are pretty fun and awesome to play. So,
it is necessary to hear it over and over again. It's repetition. Repetition builds good awareness.
It doesn't, yeah. He's trying to sell you something.
So you've been stealing games, playing. So what I'm hearing is, Pete. See, Pete, what I'm hearing is you're stealing games and playing it on an emulator. What I'm telling you is I subscribe to a service that actually pay for my games. So that's fine, Pete. You could go ahead and keep stealing.
I should have say that in fucking public,
It's okay. You're the one that said it, Pete. I'm just reiterating what you said.
Well, you asked what I've been playing. I don't know where else you can say what I've been playing.
You're allowed to make backups of your games. That is completely 100% fine as long as you don't sell them.
Well, I don't sell them.
Good job, Josh. When are we going to play some NHL? When are we going to play some multiplayer games, Mr. Joshua? We need definitely to play something that's multiplayer. I can download Battlefront 2 right now. Let's go. We'll go do the Hoth run.
Battlefront's not even that good.
That's fine. I'm just saying it's out there and it's available.
I'm actually gonna might play some little Mortal Kombat 11 tonight.
What are you playing, Josh? Are you playing NHL or are you playing Battlefront? Oh, Army of Two, a co-op game, and the guy doesn't send me an invite. It's called Army of Two.
We're doing the show right now, Ant.
Not Army of One, Josh.
We're doing the show right now, Ant.
It's okay.
Come on, Ant.
It's okay, Pete.
It's okay. Is it okay?
Totally okay.
Oh man.
So were you playing Ninja Turtles before or after you seen the announcement?
Before. It really, for some reason.
What a coinkydink.
It is a coinkydink because as soon as I seen this and I'm like, what? I'm like, really? So it's Ant plays games for a couple days, then finds for next thing. That's my problem
Shauna,
with you in the game pad.
I beat over 40 games last year, Shauna. 40 games. How many games did you beat last year, Pete?
Not as much as you.
not 40. I'll give you the answer. Shauna, how many games did you beat last year? And you know what? All of that would not have been possible if it wasn't for Game Pass. Oh, man. Are you playing with somebody, Josh? Or are you playing it solo? Are you playing a 2-player game solo? So now Pete's on his phone. What's going on here?
I'm sorry, man. I'm like watching a little bit of news.
He's watching AEW as we're doing the podcast. This is ridiculous.
Oh, you know me so well.
Oh, Josh, come on, man. You're playing solo? What are you, Han?
Han.
Shoot the glass.
I don't try to beat games. What's the purpose of playing a game if you don't try to beat it?
Well, I mean, you could play.
Playing...
Well, Pete, you could play Call of Duty and not try to beat it because you're just playing deathmatch.
Well, you're trying to beat somebody else, aren't you?
See, there you go. Well, some of. Oh wow, that hurts, Josh.
You know what? I don't want to see this. I have no friends. What is this crap?
I'm going to show you guys this real quick. This is now recorded. This is now in the annals of Facebook lore. Josh has in the annals. Josh has officially said that me and Pete are not his friend. Right here, it's official, guys. You see this right here.
Kind of insulting, if you ask me, man. That is, how can you say that? 20 years, man. 21 years. 21 years.
It'll be 22 years this December, Pete.
I know. That's crazy,
November. Sorry. You might as well just flush it down the toilet right now. Just flush all 22 years right down the toilet.
22 years, man.
That hurts. That one burnt. I'm going to leave that up for the rest of the show.
Yeah,
because it burns that much, Josh.
We should laminate it. We should laminate it and put that on the wall.
I'll print it, laminate it, put it on the wall for the next podcast. That's true.
I don't have Game Pass.
That's true. And Pete's the man that knows the value of $1, yet he doesn't have Game Pass.
You know what? I'm not that cheap, okay? I'm not cheap.
You say what you want to say, Peter.
Dude, you're cheaper than I am.
That's true.
You are cheaper than I am.
I learned from the best, though.
We all just came out and moved.
That's because you wanted me to leave, Shauna. You were like, let's get this guy the hell out of town. Let's up a move, get him the hell out of town.
She's like, oh, thank God he went to Georgia now. We don't have to see his face again.
This is Josh laughing. Our former friend Josh laughing. This is him getting the best value in gaming for free.
Oh my goodness.
But we got to go back to the classic that we're not his friends.
I got no friends. I don't believe that whatsoever.
Deep, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does cut deep.
Yep.
What the hell is this?
Layers, man.
Oh my goodness. No, I didn't now that you're going to make me look sensitive. You're already sensitive there, Shauna.
We're kidding, Shauna. Don't worry. Pete will come over and eat your steak. It's fine.
You damn right.
That's what Pete's best at, coming over and eating all your damn food.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. I do it all the time. I did it when you come over here. There's no wonder you moved, because I used to you come over and eat your food.
I know. Now my food I buy will be for me.
I know, man.
Me. Get in my belly. But yeah, that's all I got tonight. You got anything else, Peter?
You know what? That's I think all we got, man. I guess we're gonna take this whole "I got no friends" and laminate and put it on the wall.
I told you I'm gonna rock it till the end of the show. Josh got no friends because we're not his friends. I guess. That cuts, man. I mean, I know Josh said something about knives being sharp, but words are even sharper, Josh. Words are even sharper. So, until next week, hopefully we're back in Josh's good graces.
Hopefully.
I'm the real Ant-Man.
Hey, by the way, dude, I do appreciate Josh. It's awesome that you're commenting tonight. Really do appreciate that.
Awesome Shauna, we appreciate your comments as well.
And
everybody else that commented earlier in the show that was with us, we enjoyed your comments as well.
You're the OG fan, Shauna. So we really appreciate it. And everybody else who commented at the beginning, we really do appreciate it. So hopefully you guys come back next week and comment some more. And we'll get and Chris will be back next week too. He should be.
Yes, hopefully Chris will be back next week, and then we'll have our fellow brother on the show. So
there you go.
Anyways, that's it for this evening. Real Ant-Man here.
Eat up.
Peace, guys.
Bye-bye.